Welcome to Enchanted Tarot. This is for the sign of Aquarius for the month of February, more particularly, or rather specifically, towards the end of February going into March. Um, I put out a lot of readings, multiple readings, because there's so many of you watching and you are all going through different things. Now, I read what I'm given. So this could be the continuing of an energy that I previously put out, or this could be a brand new message. But, you know, the point is, I'm trying to reach as many of you as I can, and that it may not always speak to everyone who's watching. So it is general. If if this does not sound like your story, check your moon and your rising sign. If you still don't find your message there, then check back in the following week when I put out a new message. Sometimes I put them out twice a week. Okay, so let's begin. This is about a connection where, excuse me, we see it here, really in this card. Um, you may have separated from that person, but I feel that you've been given another opportunity. But you would have separated because you couldn't agree or couldn't see eye to eye. You may have fought a lot. There may have been a lot of arguments. This would have been why it ended. Somebody, protecting or standing up for what they believed or how they believed things should have been. And but the connection is still there, and you can see it because they hold hands, even though they are different as day and night, or have different viewpoints. The connection can't be denied here. But we see that they did separate because this is what the next card would have spoken about. All right. Now, I feel that there were a lot of issues. We see it here. I'll just pick up this first group of cards. Ace of Rods in reverse. So it's like a false start. Okay, so the passion here, and the opportunity here, but then it kind of fizzles out. And this would have been because of that you couldn't agree. Although the connection was there, there were it was a lot of fighting, and we see it here with this Knight of Swords, the Medicine card, indicating that there were a lot of issues, that the relationship struggled. But now we see the Ace of Wands in the upright. So here it is in the reverse. It had a false start. It didn't get off the ground. There were a lot of issues, a lot of fighting and arguing, but now it has come back around. So most likely you are already reconciled with this person, but the issues, excuse me, from the past may not yet be resolved. Now, if this has not yet happened, it could be coming around fairly quickly or during this time period. So we see a reignition of the flame. We see up here, this is the situation, by the way. It is what I call the opening scene on what I just explained previously. But there's a lot of going within, seeking answers. Now, this would be that the answer can be found in the past. So you're going within, maybe going over the past in detail. you may have a lot of worries. You may not have yet found a solution to this, or you're trying to navigate your way through this energy. But beware and be careful of the chimera. It's telling you that you could be, especially with the chimera and this card of captivity, this is like overthinking, the imagination running away with you. Feeling that things are unclear, but you don't, like, you feel that connection. You don't want it to end. You have manifested this. This is what you have desired and have been wanting for some time, and now it has come back around. Excuse me. Yeah, I'll just see what's here. Yeah, it's a question of getting clear on this second chance and the balance um, within this relationship, because you fear um, being left out in the cold. So you're kind of thinking about this, analyzing it. Are they going to put the effort this time? And you're wrapped up. See, this is the same card. This Eight of Swords. It's the same card as that card of captivity. I feel like again, you see this full moon here, and things are not clear, so you're unclear and you're worried. You kind of trapped in all of these worries, um, and I don't think that you're talking about them because you would be afraid of losing this opportunity that has come back around. So you probably are keeping quiet, but these fears and worries would be eating at you, trying to rely on your intuition. Or maybe even because you've covered your eyes, you may be trying not to look at them or to push them aside. There's a lot of negative thinking. And we see here, and this is actually in this deck, it's the butler. And the first thing that comes to my mind when I see this, it's like the butler did it, right? Um, like I don't know if it's the game of Clue or whatever. I don't know where that comes from, but when I see this card, it's like the butler did it. But this would be in your thought that there's trickery, that they're up to something. And so it comes with this Nine of Rods, and that's like a lot of negative thinking. And maybe you're trying to push those thoughts away because you've blindfolded yourself. But they would creep back out at you. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just set these cards here for a second. Look here. So we see that there was that false start, there was a reignition and a new beginning. The Empress is here. Okay. But here we have this Nine of Cups. So there's something that's missing. And you see, this is the wish card you can see behind that Nine of Cups from the regular tarot. And you are wishing for that 10th cup. There's something emotionally here that is missing that you need. Um, and it could be just emotional assurance, but there's something here that you need to get to the 10 of cup. And you see how stormy the water is here as you are trying to move out of this choppy or challenging energy. You see the lightning strikes everywhere. And so maybe there are little things the other person does that keep you like in that energy, because you're still in the transition. You've not yet reached the calmer shore, which is the 10 of cups, which is what you're desiring and wishing for. And so, clarifying that group of cards, we have the man with the beacon and the comb. And so you're trying to shed light on this and whether you can untangle this mess or work through these issues that you had and that you are having presently. You may not have healed um, from whatever happened in the past. These issues still seem to be present for you. So, and that could be because you may be seeing little signs, um, things that bother you or that take you back, you know. So you get this, and when this happens, you get this sinking feeling with the fish. Relationship is still struggling. Now, this Five of Cups um, shows five cups, but if you will notice, they're all still standing. But they are divided, three on one side and two on the other. So this can indicate divided feelings about something, something that is causing you grief. Um, this can be your fears that have taken control of you. Um, you could fear that somebody's feelings are not mutual. So again, this takes me back to these lightning strikes we see in this transition period. So, but this is what she's fearing, but is there any basis for them is the question on that card. She's struggling here in the Five of Rods with the Moon and the Ten of Cups. So the path to the Ten of Cups is unclear. She's not sure if this relationship um, is going to stay, because this is a fleeting relationship here. So this is what she's thinking, that perhaps it may not last, or she's wondering if it will last. And she's struggling with this because for her, she wants this Ten of Cups. Remember, that's what she's wishing for. So the situation is very fragile with the flowers being here. This very romantic connection here um, may have its thorns that have not yet been removed. So there's a lot of negative thoughts about the return of this person with the Knight of Cups being here. They have come out of isolation, they have come back, but there's a lot of or there's like mistrust. Like she's come through this huge maze. So she's hit a lot of obstacles, a lot of brick walls, but has relied on her experience to work her way through the maze. And this is what you need to do. Rely on past wisdom. Again, we go back to the past. Your answer to your problem lies in the past. Okay, so you need to rely on that to work your way through this energy. Right now, there is confusion um, on how to put an end to this pain and these worries and these fears that you have of the Ten of Swords happening, of whether or not this person is going to up and leave, or in this case it's an axe, like cut me out or something. But this is what you're worried about. You're worried about this person cutting out, leaving, a fleeting relationship. And so here you are at the Ouija board. The future is unclear, and you're seeking the answers about the future and what will happen in the future and which direction this is going to go. You're not speaking up about this. I feel that you're playing your cards very close to your chest. I feel like there's like this fear of bringing up the subject, or fear of bringing up these old issues, of dragging skeletons out of the closet. Fear, perhaps, that that you will lose this person because you are afraid of this. So here we have you waiting, really feeling on edge. Um, you're dealing with inner demons. You can see, and these I feel are your fears again. You can see the monster coming out, the hands coming out from beneath the bed to grab this person. So she's got all of these fears that she's thinking about, and she's worried about the results of this person from the past, of where this is going, which direction it is going to take, because she loves this person so much and she's so afraid to lose them. This is somebody she may feel is like a soulmate, or like she's known them her entire life. So you're playing your cards close to your chest. Here we have the Magician, and we have this Five of Swords, which is very interesting. This is the head maid, and she's upset. She's holding the knives, and she's searching out. Excuse me. She's searching out somebody who has not been playing by the rules. There's been a deception, and she's determined to get to the bottom of it. And this is what you're trying to do with the Magician here, to get to the bottom of this, whether or not this person is playing fair. But you're being quiet, so you're because you're keeping this all secret with the High Priestess being here, playing your cards close to your chest while you take a deeper look, trying to figure out what this person is up to, or has been up to. You have this card here, which actually I'm going to move it here. So Ace of Swords in reverse, you're not speaking up, but you are wishing and you are praying. Meanwhile, you're holding back. So you're not talking about this, and you're not talking about the issues. You're not talking about your feelings. You just wait. It's like that wait and see. I'll see what happens. I'll see how it goes. wishing. Here you see again the bottom of the deck. Um, the umbrella speaks to someone who worries a lot, seeking shelter from the storm. And you see, we had the storm over here. This storm being the Six of Swords, transitioning through to calmer waters. So, the bellows would speak to the reignition, and we saw that over here of a relationship in the Ace of Wands. You see the candle being lit. And what you're worried about with regards to this situation is whether this person is going to meet you halfway on that bridge and whether you can work through the issues that you had and that you may feel still affect this relationship in some form, some way. That maybe all you've done is turn back the clock, but yet nothing has been fixed. And this is your worry. But they cannot get fixed if you don't talk about it. You are longing for this person. You have the maiden here. This this speaks to hope with regards to love. This speaks to new opportunities and renewals. You have the hand of fate, which is fated event. So this is a fated event that is happening for you. Um, and it also speaks to new opportunities. So this is something that has been brought to you. I feel that you have been praying for it and manifesting or trying to manifest this opportunity in love. And it has been given to you. And with regards to your situation, you will see a change in luck. You have the talisman, and I see that the unicorn is also here. So this is good luck that is coming your way, that I feel will change things for you. You also have these two cards, the telephone and the question. Now the telephone doesn't have to be a phone call, but it is a message that will answer your question. So try to pull yourself out of this energy here. Try not to overthink things. I feel that you guys need to sit down and talk it out. Because if you don't talk, if you don't speak up about how you're feeling, how are they going to know? Um, so that's it. That's that's my advice. Sit down, talk it out, speak the truth. But I feel like a lot of this, you could have just been doing a lot of overthinking. That's, you know, that's been building and building all of these fears. Because I don't feel that this is um, bad. I don't feel any negative energy here. I feel a lot of negative thoughts, but I feel that you are going to get to your Ten of Cups. So I hope that this helps you. You will be getting your answer. Don't worry. Um, I thank you for watching, for liking and sharing my videos, and for subscribing. Also, thank you to everyone who has donated to my channel. I wish you all the best and many blessings to all of you.